Hi friends, welcome to Tutorials Point. In this video we would be understanding quality management and in that auditing. These are all the various topics that we would be covering. Definition of audit, auditor qualification, what are all the things he need to be, how he has to do a planning of this particular audit, what are all the various types of audits that we have, and how to capture the evidence and how to treat it in comparison to the reference whatever the auditor is having. From the definition point of view, we know that auditing is a documented systematic method of identifying a finding against a criteria within the available scope. Auditor qualification point of view, he need to be a technically qualified person to do this particular audit. He can be a subject matter expert, or he has to go with a subject matter expert to get the effective auditing. And finally, he also need to have certain behavioral skills also, because at the end of the day we are handling with people and he needs to have the right behavioral mindset before he gets enter into the auditing process. These are all the various things that we need to cover in the planning. First, need should be very clear, and it is the fundamental. While we are doing this particular audit, if that particular answer is there with us, then we can easily define the scope. That means to say the limit within which I'm going to be there during auditing. It has to be regular, at what frequency that you are going to do this particular auditing, and we need to also communicate from planning stage till the report stage to all the relevant people, so that all these particular things is going to be done in a systematic documented fashion. From types point of view in audit, we can understand that we can do in suppliers when we are doing the supplier introduction, or when we have done a component introduction at the supplier. At system level, whenever we identify there is some kind of lacuna, there is a customer complaint or a market recall, we can of course do a system audit to understand what are all the shortcomings. We need to also understand the process whenever we are entering into a new process, new technology or new component. So we need to do a process audit that sometimes combines with PPAP also, and product audit of course. So various specifications that are mentioned in the drawing, we need to check each and everything, including the reliability parameters and layout parameters of this particular product. Then finally all these particular steps of auditing can be accomplished. From evidence point of view, we need to be very clear that these particular evidences cannot be a feeling, or it cannot be something which is intangible. There should be a proper meaning behind that particular evidence. So there should be a purpose why this is a finding, why this is an objective evidence in our audit. That should be very clear. And then criteria should be clear. That means to say, what is the reference for me? Based on this particular reference, I am having this much of gap, and that's why I am treating this particular finding as a non-conformity or a major non-conformity or an opportunity for improvement. Needs to be very clear. Finally, it has to be traceable also. If we want to identify and go and trace that particular item, we should be in a position to do that in a complete supply chain. Then only whatever the evidence that is going to be captured in the audit makes a lot of sense. To conclude, we understood the meaning of audit, what are all the things auditor qualification process contains, and what are all the places where audits can be done, and what are all the criteria or the characteristics of an evidence. That's it in this video. Thank you so much.